vlog number 26. 6 months of vlogging. Oh, and this is something my mum gave me. This was just something that my mum gave me recently. And probably needs a bit of a clean, to be honest, but it just sounds absolutely amazing. It's got this real amazing quality to it, as you heard there in the intro. It's like a bell, it's so nice. And I don't know where it came from, I'm going to find out some more. It's obviously some sort of fruit bowl, but it sounds like an absolute gong, it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to use it and probably sample it at some point. So, it's a trip out day, and I've decided to come to Clun, as you can see, Clun Castle. So yeah, just going to have a look around this area here. It's a little village in the middle of nowhere around this area. I think it's, where is it based actually in? Clun Town Council. Let's have a look and see if I can see over here where it's actually based. So yeah, this is South Shropshire, this is Clun. So yeah, this is Clun. We're going to go and have a look at the castle now. So, let's take a look. So yeah, Clun is a village in South Shropshire, which is not far from where my little studio setup is based. I'm seeing if we can make our way up to the castle now. Have to see how this goes, because I'm not quite sure exactly where the castle is. But it kind of meanders around what probably was the moat or something. Oh no, hang on. It's a bit further away than I thought. So this is Clun Castle. I thought I'd just pop up here for a bit of a walk today. Here is my selfie stick that I've just picked up. So this is it, believe it or not. It does have a detachable tripod that screws into the bottom as well, which is in my bag right now. It has this mirror and a light and a few other bits and pieces to hold it together. It's not brilliant. It's got this remote control here as well. But believe this or not, this was only 10 quid from Asda. I bought a load of these things that have just snapped upon arrival as soon as I've tried to use them with my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is what I record all my videos with, and this thing is probably the best I've had. It folds down to a really nice size as well, make it really convenient, and it actually extends really far as well, like a fishing line. But it's really handy, and it's a tenner from Asda. So if you see one of these in Asda, I can't remember the make, I just know it's called an On Air, but I picked it up in Asda, all really cheap. I recommend them. They're a bargain for what they are. So, you get some fantastic views up here, especially around this castle area. I thought I'd head back down into Clun now, just to check out some of the actual village itself, and then head off. So I've taken some shots with the selfie stick. If I can remember what's what, I'll try and show them there. How does it compare to my Hohem? Well, I just did a sweep a moment ago of the castle with this. This has its place, there's no doubt about it. It's a smooth operator, this thing. It just gives you those really smooth, beautiful sweeping shots that you can get with it. The selfie stick's very light, very handy, doesn't need a battery either. This thing, if you turn it off with no battery in there, you can lock it in place, but it's very short. I mean, it's what it's for, is to stabilize your photo. So I would recommend, if you're going to do these sorts of shots, to have both a selfie stick and something like a stabilizer like this one here. They make getting your photos cool. You saw some of the shots that I've done with this in the past. I'm just building up my arsenal really of things that I can take photos with. So that wraps up my trip to Clun. Hello, Pickles. How are you? How are you, Pickles? You happy? Yeah? Wiggle that tail. Hmm? Oh, okay. Just got back from cycling, trying to keep physically fit at the moment. It's really important to do that, especially when you've got a creative mind. And it's important to stay fit, whatever you're doing, really, but it's hard when you're creative, and you tend to forget just how important it is to keep your brain functioning on the right level to be able to be creative. So try and find ways to stay fit. It's hard, I'll be honest with you, especially when you're creative. You tend to be more the type that will probably have a drink or whatever, but you've got to try and balance it all by staying physically fit. So I do a bit of cycling. I try and do it every day, I'll be honest with you. At the moment I've laxed a lot, so I've sort of started picking it back up again. Every few days I go out for about half an hour and do a bit of cycling. So anyway, after being back from the cycle ride, I thought I'd go through something quickly with you. So this is Repro 1. You've seen Repro 1, I've shown you before. I've got a black hole on there, which is a reverb. Now, why have I done that? Well, I got into a discussion with somebody who was asking me, how do I make my tracks sound big? So I thought I'd go through all the different ways I know of making things sound big. And these are ways of getting space and width into your tracks. So if you're looking to make your sounds bigger, reverb is the obvious answer. This is the synth without any reverb on it. It has a bit of a delay on there with the arpeggio, which is nice, and it bounces it left and right. But putting on the reverb, now as you can hear, Black Hole is quite an extreme reverb. However, it's a good one to show off here because it's quite a big one. I also really like it. It's made by Eventide. It's honestly, it's one worth checking out. It's one of my favourite reverbs. It's more of an effect rather than a tool, if that makes sense. I use it more for creative purposes, which is why I like it. I love reverbs. I've got loads of different ones, and that's one of my favourites. So I would say the other simplest way to get some width is to use the sample delay in something like Logic. What you're doing is slightly delaying one of the channels left or right by just a few milliseconds, like this. And I turn it off. Now you only really hear this in stereo, but basically what's happening is it's shifting the timing of the sound coming to your ear, and it gives the impression that it's wider. Now you'll notice down here I've moved the stereo panning of the track to the right. This is because as you start to shift sample delay a track, you'll push it sometimes out of the left or right of the panning in the middle, so you have to kind of redo that, which is why I did that one. I'm going to push it back though and show you some of the others here that I've got as well. This one here is called Wider. This is free. As you can hear, it makes it wider. Brilliant. Free plugin makes it wider. Does so with some sort of phase trickery, I believe. I certainly recommend it, especially as it's free. This is OTT. I'm going to show you this in a second. If you haven't seen it, all these, by the way, these next ones here, other than the Eventide reverb, are free. So these are all free ways that you can right now get your track to sound wider. This is the Tau Chorus LX. This is basically a chorus effect that's featured on some of the old synthesizers out there. It's an effect that Tau have basically cloned. I love it. It sounds like this. And on. Flicking it in and out there so you can hear the differences. There's a second one as well here. Really, I know it's peaking by the way on the output here, so not ideal, but I'm only really demonstrating the sound of these choruses for you, these widening plugins. Last one just to show you really quickly that I just wanted to pop on here is OTT. OTT is not a widening plugin, it's a multi-band compressor, but by blending in this, it's quite a dramatic sound effect. This is free, you can get it from Xfer. It's called OTT. It enables you to get a bit more zest, a bit more pizzazz out of your synth tracks, but don't push it like I've done here to max. Mix it in. Hopefully you can hear when I bring the plugin in by turning it off and on. You can hear that the plugin gets a bit sharper, a bit more in your face, a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, zesty, I guess you could say is a word. But basically it just brings out some excitement from the plugin. By blending this in using the depth knob, you can have a lot of fun. Tweak with these here. This is just your high, mids and lows. In the middle. There's also some downward and upward compressor adjustments down here. Just have a play. Again, free plugin, absolutely indispensable. It's a clone of something in Ableton, of their multi-band, and it's a setting. So if you are already a user of Ableton Live, I personally just dig in and find it because you've already got it basically. But the fact that it's free to the rest of us means there's no excuse for none of us to really just go and download it. So there you go. There's a quick look at some of the ways that I make tracks wider, and I hope you'll catch me next week. So thanks for joining me on my vlog. I hope you enjoyed the little trip out to Clun, and this is the 6-month 26th vlog, so exactly halfway through the year of vlogging since I started, and I will catch you all next weekend, so take care.